Hi, it's Randi Rhodes. Hope you enjoy this free clip from Political Voices Network.
Again, to my mind, the issues raised in the report deserve close attention from the American people and their elected representatives here in Washington.
Oops. Oh, no. Why did they call him to testify? Why didn't they just let his report, land with a thud last month? Why did they have to have this hearing? Can you see, the Republicans' faces in this particular hearing? They are stunned and shocked and just peeved to the max that Durham just testified that after 4 long years and no convictions of anybody that did anything illegal, untoward, or wrong enough to warrant any firings or any fraud or any filings or any court cases or any jury verdicts, which is completely counter to what Mueller did. Mueller got convictions for Roger Stone, got convictions for Steve Bannon, 13 troll farm operators in Russia, on and on and on it goes. There were 24 separate cases, right? And he was able to, get these people to be brought in guilt to the point where Donald Trump had to pardon his peeps, okay, in order for them to move freely about this country. And here is Durham, after all this time and all this money and all this effort, saying, oh, please don't read my report to say that there was no Russian interference in the 2016 election, because there was. Yeah, we know there was, because we understand what Mueller's report produced, and we understand what your report failed to produce. I mean, they got one guilty plea, to the lawyer who left out a detail on the fourth renewal, not a new ask, not a new request for a new warrant on a new person. No, the fourth renewal on Carter Page's FISA warrant at the FISA court. A mistake was made, and so he found one lawyer that made that mistake, and this guy pled guilty. Mueller, on the other hand, got 24 criminal cases, 6 Trump associates, 6 of them, and that was in a 1-year-long probe. I mean, honestly, it is so bogus, and they, by them I mean the Republicans, are hunting Democrats. They're the ones who are weaponizing the United States government, everything from the House of Representatives to the Judiciary Committee. Yesterday was the Intelligence Committee, all the way up through, Bill Barr, the DOJ, all the way through to the presidency. I mean, everything is a weapon now. Donald Trump can steal national secrets, and, they'll still defend him. They still will remain silent. They will still excuse anything he does, any risk that he, makes us accept without needing to accept this risk. Any dodge, any lie, anything that he does or says that puts us in harm's way, they don't care. They don't care. The government, as far as they see it, is a weapon to be used against Democrats, who don't break the law, so that they can create this environment where you suspect, or you can allege, or you can assume, or you can infer, or you can, confer guilt, whatever, on somebody without any facts, without any evidence. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. So that was kind of interesting today, how this testimony of Durham's just went completely south. Yesterday, we found out that Hunter Biden, there's nothing. He's not, accused of, bribing anybody. He's not accused of doing anything illegal. He's two misdemeanor tax charges, which no one ever goes to jail for. Plus, here's a little detail: Hunter Biden paid those taxes. He didn't pay them on time. Okay, that's it. That's what they got. All these years later, they got that. He paid $1.2 million in taxes in those 2 years that were, suspected, and he didn't pay them on time. So that's his big crime. And for 2 weeks, he had a gun that he shouldn't have had. And like I said, I can't even imagine that Republicans think there's any gun crime that is a crime. Anything you could do with a gun, without a gun. I mean, not having a gun for them is a crime. Gun-free zones, that's criminal, right? Not having a gun is a crime. So when Hunter Biden anyway, his girlfriend found out that he had this gun. She threw it away. He didn't use the gun in the commission of a felony. He didn't use the gun at all. She totally threw the gun away. Anyway, he's going to go to a diversion program to make amends, which is good because he's a drug addict and you need to make amends when you're a drug addict. So, okay. But there's no bribery. There's nothing there. And now this with Durham, nothing there. There's nothing there. Crossfire Hurricane was a legitimate exercise. Russia was not a hoax. They actually interfered in our election. Mueller did a year-long probe into these allegations and found that not only did Donald Trump welcome the Russian interference, but said, Russia, if you're listening, I mean, do we all forget all of this? I mean, I get that, you forget a little detail. You can forget William Shatner's name, but you can't forget that Mueller produced 24 criminal cases and 6 Trump associates were found to be part of a conspiracy to interfere in our elections by knowing that the Russians hacked into the DNC and then delivering the documents to WikiLeaks and then coordinating their release from WikiLeaks depending on whether or not Trump needed a bump in the polls. There were hundreds of contacts between Donald Trump's campaign and Russian officials during the 26 campaign. Russian operatives had been directed to help Donald Trump win the presidency by hacking into the DNC and leaking these emails with coordination from Roger Stone and others on the Trump campaign. You can't, I mean, and that Donald Trump not only embraced it, but he welcomed it. He welcomed it. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you can find the 30,000 and refuse to discourage them from interfering in our elections, okay? And then Bill Barr comes along and he goes, I think spying did occur.
I think spying did occur.
Yeah, well, it didn't. And Durham found it didn't. There was no spying. But Bill Barr and all these Republicans that are sitting there now going, well, this is Biden's DOJ. Biden has nothing to do. DOJ is separate. The president doesn't tell DOJ who to investigate unless the president is Donald Trump, which was bizarro world to think that we had a president who could make investigations into innocent people occur at the highest levels of the federal government, which he did. And Bill Barr was willing to do it. He was willing to go out there and go, I think spying did occur. And then flew to Italy to sit there with Durham and coordinate the Department of Justice, the Attorney General, and a special counsel coordinating in Italy a probe that DOJ is supposed to be separate from. That's why it's called special counsel. I mean, it's unbelievable.